All right, so let me tell you about my mom and dad. My mom, she was a heavy equipment operator, construction worker, and she went to college, did a little bit of college, whatever. She was majoring in accounting, but she didn't finish. And she watching this, I hope that she does finish. My dad so happened to be a track star in high school. He ended up getting a scholarship to a college in Tennessee, south of Nashville. It's called Lipscomb. Sorry about my pronunciation, but nonetheless, he did one semester, came back home, and just started working. So they had me June 23rd, 1976. And I was born in Toledo, Ohio. But I'm going to fast forward now to 1995, where it all began. Let me tell y'all, right? All right, so let me fast forward to 1995, man. March of my senior year, I'm working at UPS. And I'm like, okay, do I go to school or do I just keep on working? And I'm like, all right, man, you know what? I ain't really feeling the college thing. But my mom, she was kind of pressing it or whatever. You know, hey, you need to go to college. You need to do this. You need to do that. Make something out yourself. And I'm like, all right, mom, all right. I ain't really feeling it, but I'm going to go because you want me to. All right, so I ended up going, and I wasn't feeling it. First semester, I ended up flunking out. And she was kind of disappointed, but hey, you know, I'm an adult. You know, I kind of got to make my own decisions or whatever, man. So we're going to go fast forward to 1996. All right, so 1996, I'm sitting at home with my mom, and, you know, she like, all right, well, you're going to go back to school? And I'm like, yes. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not really feeling it, to be honest with you. So it just came to a point where it's time for me to go. You know what I mean? It's time for me to move out. It wasn't like she gave me an ultimatum or anything like that. But, you know, hey, you know, people got their rules in their house. She wanted me to go to school. I wasn't feeling it, so it's time for me to move out. And, you know.
So you still wasn't ready to go then?
Pardon?
You still wasn't ready to go then?
No, I was ready to go. I think it was time for me to go. You know, it's time to be a man. You know what I mean? Time to move out the house or whatnot. So after that, like I said, I left and, you know, I went back to school, actually. You know, I took that spring semester off. I went back in the fall, and I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't working up to my potential, man. So I ended up dropping out again. Towards the end of that semester, I discovered the internet real heavy. So in 1997, I'm on the internet real heavy. I'm chatting with people from all over the country, meeting people. You know, my travel game is about to start.
What school was you at?
I was at University of Toledo. And school becoming boring. Man, school was real boring. You know, chatting online was much more fun. It was stimulating to me. And just the opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to just meet people. So April of 1997, me and my roommate decided we're going to go to the Freaknik. And this is like my second or third time that I done dropped out or whatever. So I'm in class, sitting up here reading, taking notes. And my roommate sent me a page. And once I knew he got the page, I just picked up my books and walked out of class. And that was the last time that the University of Toledo saw me. We was on the way to Atlanta. So we was going down there to kick it. And the block party was next month too. So hell, why go back to school? I mean, I wasn't feeling it. I'm wasting a teacher's time. I'm wasting my time, man. So I wasn't really on it. So me and my roommate, you know, was known for throwing the best apartment parties across the city. And he was still in school, you know what I mean? But it didn't bother me. I didn't care, you know, saying, hey, you know, you do your school thing, man. I'm going to do my travel and kick your thing or whatever. So I was on the internet meeting people and just traveling.
So what was the page?
WBS. Shout out to all my friends on WBS.
Oh, I thought you meant page from the pager.
Yeah, no, the page. No, yes. He paged me to, what you call it? Come on, let's go. Let's go to Freaknik.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So went down there to Freaknik, you know, had a good old time or whatever, man. You know, rest in peace, Freaknik.
So your roommate stayed in school and you dropped out?
I dropped out, yeah. Yeah. So we fast forward to 1998. Okay, 1998. You know what? Still ain't in school, still traveling, still kicking it. Hey, we going to Freaknik again. So we go down to Freaknik again, you know, block party again in May. And, you know, I look at all my friends, man, they on pace to graduate, you know, along with my roommate or whatever, man. So during that time, like actually me and my roommate, we started to grow apart. You know what I mean? We wanted different things out of life. I'm trying to kick it, travel, have fun. He wanted to kick it, travel, have fun, but he was still going to school. And I think that kind of clashed a little bit. Like I say, you know, he did his thing, I did my thing or whatever, man, but we still hung out. So shout out to my roommate. Like I said, man, I love you, bro. And he's trying to graduate. I'm looking for my next Big Ten college to go to, man. So once again, shout out to Michigan State and Indiana University. So we're going to fast forward to 1999. I was cool on school, you know, and my roommate, we ended up splitting, you know, because we grew apart, our relationship grew apart or whatever. And a little thing about that, with us splitting up, actually salvaged our friendship to what we have today in 2021. Like I said, we was growing apart. We had a little difference in opinions, difference on outlooks or whatever. And if we didn't move out, if we didn't split, I don't think me and my roommate would be cool today, man. So that had to happen for a reason.
Did
So
it have anything to do with the fact that he was still in school and you was taking a different path?
We was taking a different path. I was trying to kick it. He tried to, hey, Aunt, man, you need to go to school. You need to stay in school, stuff like that. I wasn't on it, you know what I mean? So he's doing the school thing. He's setting up his future. I was setting up mine. So, like I said, we had a different path or whatever. And sometimes that clashed, and plus we lived together for 3 years too. So, we probably got tired of one another. But like I say, I love you, roommate. So anyway, what I'm saying, I'm working. I'm still traveling every chance I get. Go to New York. I go to Nashville. Go to Tennessee State's homecoming. And damn near, and Detroit, damn near every weekend with the homies or whatever.
So when you say traveling, can you explain, what do you mean by traveling? You just going visiting? Or what's your purpose?
Just visiting. I call a homeboy up, like, hey, what you doing this weekend? All right, cool. We going to DC. Hey, bro, what you doing this weekend? All right, man, we going to Philadelphia. Hey, what's up? Let's go to Detroit this weekend. So just basically just getting out. As soon as I got off work Friday night, we on the highway. So that's basically how the traveling game went or whatever until I elevated and started making some more money. Then I started flying places. But at this point, most of my peers are walking across the stage, Hey, kudos to y'all, saying y'all endured all the schoolwork and stuff like that. And y'all got them student loans, I was actually cool and content with just working at UPS. Like I said, y'all graduated, kudos to y'all, proud of y'all, man. But hey, I'm at UPS, I'm making money, I'm traveling, I'm having fun. So I'm doing my thing, y'all doing your thing. But y'all got student loans. So year 2000 comes along, more of the same. I ain't got no student loan debt, yay for me. So like I say, didn't too much change from 98, 99, 2000. Just traveling, just getting out here, just kind of seeing the world and just, really trying to find myself after a while. So 2001, I become a major music distributor. Wow. Made plenty of money, but I wasn't fulfilled. So I enrolled back in school again for the fall semester. And things started off cool until 9/11 hit. Now 9/11 did not affect my schoolwork or anything like that. But when I got to school, of course, a bunch of people in the hallway, people crying, and, I see a bunch of friends or whatever. So I'm like, okay, why they out here hanging out? So didn't pay no mind, 9/11 goes past. And I come out to the atrium concourse, and I see a bunch of people. So one of my friends was like, hey, don't you distribute music? And I'm like, yeah. So they placed the order. I'm supposed to be in class. They placing orders. I went back home. I go back home, man, and I'm fulfilling orders. So it came a point where I had to drop one of my classes. Well, I didn't have to drop it, but I did because I felt like I could make more money doing this than sitting in class. It's not paying off right now. I have bills to pay. So I'm going to school just basically distributing music for the whole semester. So I ended up dropping a class and I ended up keeping another one because I felt like it'd be helpful. It was actually a Microsoft Office class. So I ended up taking that one. So at the end of the semester, I ended up getting a B in the Microsoft Office class and I ended up getting a W withdrawal for the other class that I took. So just playing hooky and man, that's what I did, So I'm going to fast forward a whole bunch of years. I'm going to give just a couple brief little points. All right. So right now I'm going to talk about 2002 to 2015. Had a lot of life changes going on. I'm getting older. See myself kind of falling behind depending on if I'm looking at my peers or not. Like I say, they still respect me. I respect them. They did their thing. I'm doing my thing or whatever. So 2002, just more of the same. Not too much. Just, kicking it, traveling, hanging out. Doing my thing. 2003, I'm like, all right, man, you know what? It's time to kind of settle down, possibly find a girlfriend or something like that. So I ended up dating somebody and something was very interesting that she said to me. Came a point, all right, it was like, all right, let's do this or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. And she made a point of saying hey, I didn't plan on dating somebody who wasn't college educated. Now, I feel it now. But then I'm like, okay, what the hell? I'm a good dude, got a pretty smile, I got little things going on. I'm, positive dude, all right, why we can't date, But I was salty then, took it to my head and like, okay, all right, took it to note, like, all right, maybe it's interesting. All right, don't worry about that. So 2004, I so happened to meet my boy's mom or whatever, we get into a serious relationship and voila, potential stepson is coming. 2005, I ended up getting married. Now I got a wife, now I got a stepson, Marshawn. And, we go through the years of marriage. 2007, Cameron's born. Now, none of these times I didn't go to school, but I did start working at the prison. I started working at the prison in 2003, 2004. So I've been there for a couple of years. Now I'm making decent money. Now I'm making great money now. And I'm still a music distributor or whatnot. And so the money's great. So I'm not really too worried about going back to school because, you look at the average cost of a degree. If I had a degree, I would make this much money. Well, I'm making that now, just working. So I wasn't really too pressed about going to school between 2002 and 2015. But come to find out, the union, the job offered $4,000 a year for you to go to school. So I didn't take advantage of that. So you look at 12 years, that's $48,000 that I missed out on going to school. No regrets. So we're going to fast forward to 2014, where I end up splitting with my boy's mom. We end up getting a divorce and whatnot. 2015, hey, I think it's time to enroll back in school, man. So I took one class in 2015, only because I looked at my resume and said, damn, I ain't got nothing on here. Like, I have no skills. Only thing I got going for me is my job, UPS, a semester of school or two, and a bunch of volunteer work. In my spare time, I volunteered coaching dodgeball, speaking to youth at Scare Straight programs. And that was all it was. It barely made a whole page on my resume. So I kind of felt a little bit bad, like, damn, I really don't have anything to offer anybody towards the future. And so I take the one class to go ahead and get acclimated, finish that class, and that was it. So we're going to go ahead to 2016. So in 2016, I started talking to this young lady, and things might be getting serious. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm getting older, yeah, it's time, it's time. But I really had nothing to offer but a good travel game, good food, because I cook, and a stable job. She heard my school story, but it didn't really matter to her. Like I say, her energy was just great. And like I say, I was just happy to have a girlfriend. So she had all the accolades. She had her associates, her bachelors, and I got inspired. So towards the end of 2016, I was getting my stuff together to enroll in school for the spring of 2017. All right, so now we off. The union at my job, they offered a free tuition program where you don't have to pay anything out your pocket, basically a free associate's degree. So it's kind of like a no-brainer to go ahead and do that. And once again, my girlfriend not once told me that I needed to finish school, but it was an unofficial energy that she gave off. Plus, she was going to school for a master's, so I somewhat felt inspired. I'm like, you know what? Let me get my stuff together, man, because, hey, I think we got a future here. So one class to get me back into the swing of things. Boom, 8 weeks later, 2 more classes. 8 weeks later, boom, summer school. Hell, I'm like, man, I could take my laptop on these trips, so now I'm not missing out on any work. There's no excuse on why I can't get it done. So a free associate's degree, I can't beat that, man. That is one of the best things smoking at the job offered me. I think if I didn't get nothing else away from that job, got me a free associate's degree into that program. Then, me and my girlfriend, we got married at the end of 2017. Now I got 2 more sons on board. So in 2018, there was a situation where my boy's mom, she relocated and left me and my boys. And man, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Don't get me wrong or whatever, man. But it took a toll. And the reason why it took a toll, because the spring semester, I get a little cocky now. Last semester, I bump it up to 2 classes. Now I'm cool. I can handle this load, And I bumped it up to 3 classes for the spring term or whatever. And it was a bad move there, I tell you. Having my boys full time and making sure their well-being is taken care of, is working overtime to take care of the family. It's coaching dodgeball, baseball, along with traveling. I ended up failing the class, which caused a fatal setback. And I'll get to that later on in the segment or whatever. But the topic of relocation to Cali come about. And I sit up here, I brush it off. I'm talking to my wife, and I was just like, all right, whatever, But deep down inside, I was thinking like, all right, when do I graduate? Because hell, I can't even move 20 miles without some type of degree. You know what I'm saying? If we move out of town, wherever it may be, what I got to offer them? I don't have anything to offer them. So once again, that became an inspiration for me to get myself together.
So you got this new wife, new kids, who are pretty much grown, but
right, yeah.
And then your boy's moving full time,
right?
You got all your job and your extracurricular activities. At one point in time, did you think about quitting?
No. And the reason why I didn't quit, because it was free. It made a lot of sense to go ahead and stay within the program. And like I said, I started feeling school. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, I could have did this a long time ago, but I am here now. And for, you, my wife, to be going for your master's, like I say, that was something that was inspiring. To go ahead and follow. So, you getting your master's, I'm getting my associates. Okay, yeah, I'm a degree behind, but like I say, our energy or whatever, that didn't care. You know what I mean? So, no, there was no desire to quit. Once I started going, I'm in it. I was committed at the time. So 2019 though, I found out. I talked to my advisor. I got three classes left to graduate, and man, you talking about, man, happy. Yeah, I was happy, but the bad news from that fatal setback that I had was that the union also offered a free bachelor's program at Youngstown State. And I had got my paperwork together. I talked to an advisor. I had got everything straight to enroll, but they cut the program. So now Youngstown State is no longer free. So now I'm sitting up here thinking like, okay, how am I gonna get this bachelor's paid for or whatever, man? So I had to pay. I had to pay, but I completed those 3 classes, walked across the stage and got this right here. Got my associate's degree. And man, I cried my cool tail right off that stage, man. The level of excitement that I had, the butterflies when I was on that stage, like I said, I almost fell out, but I just cried instead. So I get a little cocky now. I got my associate's degree. You can't tell me nothing. Now I got a degree because that's what y'all wanted, So I go looking for jobs. And what these jokers tell me, bachelor's degree is needed. Bachelor's degree is required. So now I'm like, damn, let's go get this bachelor's. My wife just graduated with her master's. And then another thing, let me add also, is that Marshawn, he inspired me as well to go to school. I forgot to add that a couple years back. He inspired me to go to school. And luckily, I was able to graduate 2 days before he did. So he was inspiring me to go ahead and finish as well. So, shout out to Marshawn for being there and being that extra push. He probably didn't know it, but ironically, like I say, we graduated 2 days apart. He graduated high school and I ended up graduating with my associates 2 days apart. But moving right along here, so now I need a bachelor's. And I had already had my paperwork straightened out for Youngstown State, so I went ahead and just enrolled anyway. And like I say, my wife is very supportive, and I got to give a shout out to her. But my job helped me out, by working there all my years of credit or whatever. They gave me 26 credits to go to Youngstown State along with the 84 that I transferred with. So like that's 90 credits walking in the door. So now I just got to figure out how I'm going to pay for it. And on top of that, man, we've been to California 3 times in 2019, man. So what's next? 2020, things get real. Hey, we just made the announcement that we're going to California. Cam been already. He likes it. Hey, in all my life, I've never taken a leap of faith. But I think now is the time. Okay, I got me associates. Okay, I'm enrolling in school for my bachelor's. Man, I'm on the road. It's time to live life on the edge. Plus I ain't want to die in Toledo. So class is going cool. And it's a little too early to look at graduation and whatnot. But it ain't too far away. I know it's coming. Yeah, so graduation ain't too far away.
So now you're paying for school.
Yes, I am now paying for school.
But years ago, you was like anti-student loan.
Man,
you're not going if you got to pay. And...
Nah. Now, the job did give $4,000. I had mentioned that prior a couple years ago. They did give $4,000, but school is expensive. So $4,000, hell, that's a semester.
So, again, I asked you, did you think about quitting?
Nah.
Because before you said you didn't quit because it was free, but now it's no longer free.
It ain't no longer free, but I'm already committed. You know what I mean? I'm so close. I know that I'm about to finish. You know what I mean? So it's no point in going back. Plus, I know that, now that we relocated to California, the bachelor's became so much more important that I had to get it. I had to get it. So I just kept pushing forward. So the pandemic hit. March of 2020. And I had just left California, man, before they shut the country down. So it's like, all right, now what do we do? Do we delay the move? When do I quit the prison? And school was the last thing on my mind because I'm already locked in. Like I said, I'm committed. I'm not dropping out. I ain't worried about it, man. So as you know, hell, we packed up and relocated anyway, right during the pandemic. And at the end of this winter term, end of 2020, my advisor said, man, hey, you got 15 hours left. And that's roughly 5 to 6 classes. And I'm like, you know what? I damn near bust in tears, because this bachelor's degree that I got is, wow. Woo! All right, man, I had to pause there, but I'm still emotional about it. This bachelor's that I was about to receive, man, after so much work these past 3.5, 4 years or whatever that I put in, man, it's like, I still get emotional just thinking about the ordeal when that advisor told me, hey, this is what you got left. So 2021, man, went ahead and banged it out, got my bachelor's. And man, I attribute, like I say, my supporting cast, God first, you know what I mean? Because without him, like I say, I wouldn't have made it this far. And my supporting cast. So, like I say, we already know how the story go. Y'all don't watch this for the last year and some change. But the reason why I am making this video is to inspire somebody, maybe touch somebody. Somebody might need to hear this story, man. I'm an untraditional college student. I'm 45 years old, married, divorced, married again, relocated halfway across the country during the pandemic, still went to school. I started with my associate's degree, got my bachelor's, and I'm actually damn near thinking about a master's. But for those who are on the fence, who feel like, okay, man, I'm working overtime, I'm trying to take care of my family, I do need to go to school, go ahead and go. Bang it out, man. One class at a time. Once you get acclimated to it, man, take 2 classes. Then after that, take 3. Man, if you started, go ahead and finish, man. Because like I say, I've learned a lot about myself over these past 4 years by obtaining these degrees. Oh, I forgot to show off my degree. Booyah! And that's what it is right there, you know what I mean? Like, this is a proud achievement that I made for myself. And I'm just happy. I'm elated, man. And like I say, man, the potential thought of me trying to get a master's is really coming into play. But I'll worry about that later. But once again, I'm here to inspire. I'm here for that youth who is at home and debating about college and getting into it with their parents, man. Let your parents know, hey, man, I'm not feeling it. Because other than that, you'll be wasting your time if you're not feeling it and you're not committed to school. So in closing, I just want to let you know, man, that this was a hell of a journey. And like I said, it's not done yet. It's not done yet. And if I could do it, you could do it. And another note, I know I told the youth, you might be getting into it with your parents. Hey, do it while you're young. For real, don't do this while you're old. You got kids, you're going through family issues and stuff like that. If you're going to do it, okay, take a semester off, regroup, and go back. But don't wait till you get to my age. And if you have to, still go ahead and bang it out. So anyway, at the end of the day, man, y'all take care of yourselves, man. I just want to share this journey with y'all. And like I said, I just appreciate y'all watching. And just thank you for all the kind words over the course of the years, man. Thank you for everybody that supported me, man. So with that being said, hey, drop a like, drop a comment, drop a subscribe. I may start me a channel or whatnot. And thank you for watching. I'll holla.